Joytoy skipped their Wednesday usual announcement. And on the morning of Thursday, May 22, they released a rather crumpled update to the Warhammer Horus Heroes model range, in the form of Iron Warriors. Apart from the fact that this means that next Primarch to be released is Perturabo, there are a few more interesting things. I'd like to start with tactical fighters. There are only two of them. These are super basic legionaries in Mark III, as stated by the manufacturer, a sergeant and a soldier with a Vox transmitter. First, it seemed to me that this is not Mark III, but Mark II, judging by the helmets and legs. But this is just a copy of new true-scale Games Workshop miniature, so it's new figure body type for Mark III and Legion's unique design. It's a bit frightening that the height is stated as 12.2, which is 2 mm taller than that for nameless Alpha Legionaries in Mark IV, and than all the basic soldiers from Heresy era, for example Iron Fists in Mark III. The visual of the guys is modest and even more minimalistic and militaristic than Sons of Horus. They simply don't have armor color. It's a regular iron coloring, and of course it's interesting how they will look like in real life, remembering the lollipop-like Thousand Suns. The second pair of fighters in the announcement are Cataphracti, a Terran Siege Terminator and a Master Terminator with rocket launchers. The guys look friendly. It is almost impossible to tell them apart. The Master has a prosthetic right arm, and less yellow on the armor, but otherwise even the equipment is absolutely the same. Left power fist, Terminator bolters, 2 replaceable hands, and suddenly break through in the Joytoy's Warhammer building. For the first time, the effects of shots for missiles. Made in one as a standard fixed place. There is a plug in the form of charged projectile, and the shot itself with a smoke trail. The smoke is painted monotonously, and the sculpting is probably not so impressive, especially considering that this is far from the first effect of a shot from Joytoy, and their mechs have effects of rocket shots that are much more beautiful and better detailed. But in any case, they finally did this. The paintwork is the same, grey iron, the declared height is 13.7, the same as the Lernians, and by the way, a millimeter more than was declared for the Imperial Fist Cataphractis. At first I didn't think that there will be any changes here, because Joytoy just seemed to measure the figures with different measure tapes, by different people who basically don't understand how to do it correctly, but then I noticed that Cataphracti body has been modified a little, especially in the waist area, they became wider. It turns out that Joytoy gave birth to a new legion, which they had never done before. Plus 1 point for the Chaosites. Now we can expect the release of the other Iron Warriors characters. According to the release plan, the most interesting thing that could be among the figures is the personal bodyguard of the Primarch, the Iron Circle. These fighters are not Space Marines, but robots that Perturabo personally controls. They should look roughly like Tartarus Terminators. We can also expect a Dreadnought, some kind of Contemptor, similar to the one made for the Sons of Horus. Maybe a couple more warriors and of course Perturabo himself. And he should be a big guy. As far as I remember, he wears a super customized Cataphracti armor with a bunch of modifications and technologies, with machine gun belts under each forearm and a pack of guns on them, with the hammer in his hand. And the main question for me is whether there will be a helmet in the set, because Perturabo's helmet is the most evil helmet I've ever seen on Primarchs, and it looks really brutal and cool. I don't know if the original miniature had a helmet. I don't even know if there is a current actual miniature of Perturabo at all, but I will hope for the best. That's all the news. Now we can just wait for the 4th Legion. The release is scheduled for August. Thanks for watching and have a nice day.